Good morning, Derbyshire Ramblings here. Today we are at the beautiful Chatsworth House Estate. We're going to take a little walk up through the woods, loop back round to the hunting tower, past some of the ponds, out onto the edge. Obviously I'll include a map of the route in the video file, and also the GPX for you guys to follow. So, it's turned out slightly nicer than we were hoping today. Woke up this morning, quite a lot of fog and mist. The weather seems to have brightened up quite considerably, so that's good. Hopefully we'll stay dry. It's certainly not cold. It's probably going to be 3 or 4 miles, but we'll see what the file says at the end of the walk. Let's take you guys along for the ride. Enjoy! So, here we are arriving at Chatsworth House. The house itself is a Grade 1 listed building, the seat of the Duke of Devonshire, and has belonged to the Cavendish family since 1549. Construction started in 1687, completed 1708, although there were additions later on. The estate itself covers around 35,000 acres, but the main estate that we're going to be walking around part of today is just over 12,000 acres, covering the house, park, gardens and many local properties. So this is the route that we're going to be taking. It's just over 6 miles, starting just by the farmyard. So it's a beautiful walk up. This path here takes you up to the aqueduct, which we'll get to in just a few minutes, and then we're going to take a right, bear to the right, and head out to the top of the Chatsworth Estate, and then loop back round through past some of the ponds. Dog's having a great time. Already had said hello to a few of the people, so that's really good. I'm currently sweating profusely here. I've decided I've got far too many layers on, so maybe a quick stop and a change is going to be the order of the day very soon. But at least we're dry, and it's nice to have some warmer weather without the wind and the rain, which we've had far too much of this year so far. The woods at Chatsworth really are stunning here. Beautiful, beautiful woods, loads of paths and tracks that interweave. Could walk for probably days and never cross the same path. It's a fantastic sort of resource, if you like, that's right on our doorstep, so we're very lucky to have it. We've been members here for a few years now, which makes the parking free, and we also get access to the show, the horses, as well as lots of other activities. So highly recommend Chatsworth for a day out if you've never been. The house is fantastic, and particularly at Christmas they have a wonderful Christmas light show, which is fantastic and well worth coming to, particularly if you have any kids. Mine absolutely love it. It's quite a steep pull up this path, straight from the car park, so gets the blood pumping for sure. As you come up the track, you turn bear right from the just before you come into the farmyard entrance, and then you follow these tracks and weave sort of straight up towards where the aqueduct is. Beautiful paths. You can just at the very top of the picture there, you may be able to see the top of the aqueduct, but we'll be there in a few seconds. I'll show you around. So this is the aqueduct here. Used to feed water from the ponds down to the fountains, I believe, at the house. The lake just outside the house. But as you can see, it currently leads nowhere. But it's a beautiful spot. Some lovely views out over the estate on the other side, which can't really see due to the mist, but I'll see if we can get any better shots as we get slightly higher up. So here's the aqueduct. It's currently like the proverbial road to nowhere there, but yeah, it's nice that it's still standing. Bit of history and heritage. So the path here after the aqueduct sort of S-bends up, again fairly steeply, but nice walk up. Certainly gets the blood pumping, as I think I've said already, but yeah, sort of bends around here now. Dog's certainly quicker up here than I am. Tell me in the comments what this makes you think. But every time the family and I come here, always reminds us of that Timotei advert. Probably quite a few degrees colder than where they shot that advert, but yeah, quite imagine washing my hair in there in a nice summer's day. The path then bears to the right of there, up these steps. Not long and then we've reached the summit. So we've just emerged from the top of the path just there, and then we're going to take a walk to the right hand side there. So at the top of the steps, take a right, and we're going to go out along this sort of track here, road, which just takes us out to the sort of the extreme edge of the estate, and then we're going to loop back round past some of the ponds, probably to the hunting tower, and then back down. Chatsworth is a regular haunt for us as a family. Dog loves it. It's about 15 minutes from home, and because we're members, it's free to park for the duration of your membership, as well as other obviously advantages to the membership. But yeah, we come here very often, so it makes a fitting sort of first Derbyshire Ramblings walk video, just to test the kit out and see how this YouTube thing all works. Just listen to that. Sound of nothing other than the birds and the sounds of nature. No wonder that walking is so good for the old mental health. Gets you out in the fresh air, exercise, gets the blood pumping. Absolutely beautiful day for a walk today. Not too hot, not raining, not too windy. In fact, not windy at all. Just stunning. I love walking in woods. Probably one of my favourite types of walking is walking in woods. Probably closely followed by walking out over relatively barren moorland, but plenty of those walks to come in future videos. So at the end of that track, we're going to just reach this paved road, and we're going to take a left onto this road here and follow this just out to the end. It's another good thing that I like about this particular walk is it's great for wet weather. The paths are either tarmac like this one, or sort of shingly, so they drain fairly well. So it's a pretty good wet weather walk. It saves you stomping through bog and things on the moor. So hopefully not too many more of those as we head into spring and summer, hoping for a bit of nice weather, shorts and t-shirt walking. But yeah, this would be a good, pretty good wet weather walk. There may be a few bits I've forgotten about where you might have to do a little bit of tiptoe dancing through some puddles and bog, but the vast majority of the walk is pretty good. So here we're going to take this path now off to the right hand side, down here, follow the dog, he always knows. But yeah, still pretty good, pretty well drained paths these. So you know, you don't necessarily need to be out in your waders to do this walk. So we're going to follow this round, and then we're going to sort of almost loop back on ourselves as we get to the extremity of the Chatsworth Estate. So as we follow the path round, we come to this junction here, a little sort of bridge going over a small stream. If you were to bear off to the right here, you'd be able to see the wall I believe that wall at the end there is the extremity of the Chatsworth Estate, and then the path goes out there over onto Beeley Moor. That's definitely a walk for another day because it's absolutely stunning over there. But we're actually going to take the left fork here, and we're going to follow the perimeter sort of the estate here, loop back round to some of the ponds. So yeah, get to that junction. If you fancy the moor, take a right, but if you're following this particular loop, take the left fork and follow this track down here. Just a couple of 100 yards further down the trail, you get to this further junction, sort of moving on to more tarmac metal roads now. And here we're just going to go straight on. If you go to the right hand side there, that's going to take you over to Park Farm House. But we're going to take the we're going to go straight on, or as per this sign, take the left, which heads towards Swiss Cottage. So I guess as this is pretty much one of the first YouTube videos that's been added to the channel, and I hope you guys are going to come along for the ride, that brings me to the standard YouTube request of please like and subscribe. It'd really help. It'd also help if you guys would make some comments on the video. Is there anything that you particularly want to see? Anything that I could improve on these walks? Better maps? Better waypoints? You know, we're sort of going to go on this journey together, as it were. I'm pretty new to this, but you know, if there's things that you'd like to see, let me know and I'll try and incorporate them into the videos. Otherwise, yeah, please hit the like and subscribe. I'm not going to try and point to the like and subscribe because A, I have a dog in one hand on the lead and I have the camera in the other hand, but you know what to do. So the path just continues on, just stay on the metal road basically. You can see why I like this walk on a wet weather day, because these roads and paths do drain very well, so it's fantastic. I mean, there are some puddles, look, just to make the point, this isn't a totally dry walk, but obviously very easily avoidable. So yeah, great wet weather walk. It's pretty quiet on these roads at the back end of the estate here. It is a weekday, sort of mid-morning on a weekday. I've managed to just sneak a cheeky half day off work, but even on weekdays, as the further away from the house and the river and the immediate gardens you get, the quieter these roads get. So if you like a bit of hustle and bustle, then the gardens and the house are definitely for you, but you can very easily get away from all of that and come up onto these back roads here. So yeah, nice to get a bit of solitude. I do like to walk with groups. I love walking with the family, but sometimes a bit of peace and quiet, a couple of hours to your own thoughts, does the world a good, allows you to process a few things, you know, just think about life and the universe without getting too deep about things. So yeah, hope you guys too. So as we continue on along that track, you're going to come to this fork in the road just here. Now Swiss Cottage is signposted up there to the left hand side. We're not going to go there. We are going to carry on this left fork here, and we're going to head down this path just here, which loops right round to the left hand side. You can probably see, just carrying on sort of around the perimeter of the estate. Starts to take a little bit of a downhill tack here now. It's a pretty sharp uphill up past the aqueduct, as we described earlier, but once you get to the top of there, we're fairly flat and then steady down really for most of the way home, apart from the very last bit. But yeah, beautiful walk, beautiful day, birds are singing, all is well with the world. Let's keep walking. So this is actually one of the ponds or reservoirs that would have fed the Chatsworth House and gardens and the ponds and things down there in the fountain. Over on the far side there, you can probably just about make out the Swiss Cottage that was signposted earlier. I believe you can stay in there if you so wanted to, if you fancy a stay on the Chatsworth Estate. But there hasn't been any water in this pond for some time, certainly not on any of the recent walks that we've been on up here. So yeah, I'll show you some of the ponds that do have some water, but we're just going to carry on. We're just going to go back down onto the sort of metalled road there. I've just popped up off the road just to show you the pond, but we're just going to head back onto the road here and then carry on down towards the rest of the ponds just down here. See, once again, Winston knows the way. Something great about walking with a dog as well, isn't there? Do you guys walk with dogs? Used to walk a lot before we had Winston, but 2-year-old miniature schnauzer. He's absolutely fantastic, great company. It's great to take him on a walk, gets you out of the house in all weathers. Although today is particularly nice. Winston, come on. Weather's just getting better and better really here. It's a little bit of sun dappling down through the trees down there. Certainly a nice day. Forecast says no rain. It's pretty mild. Sort of 1st of May, so hopefully things should be brightening up a little bit. Bank holiday weekend coming up, so probably get a few walks in there. Let me know what you're up to. So I've just had to pop in back on the lead because I think just in the corner, as we come around this left-hand corner here, I think there's some deer bobbing around in the woods. So I don't want to freak them out or indeed scare them off. It'd be nice to see if we can get some footage of them. I doubt we'll be able to get that close. They're pretty timid creatures, but yeah, there were definitely some deer. There are plenty of deer on the Chatsworth Estate. Often you can see them down lining the road down by the house, but yeah, we'll see if we can get some footage. Now then, I don't know if you can really see here, but just as we come round this corner there, just on the wall over there, there's a little deer. It's pretty small, and these camera that I'm using is fantastic, but it's not the most zoomable camera. So, but you can see, there you go, there's a little group of deer there. So we're just going to hang back a little bit. I don't want to scare them. Beautiful, beautiful. Some deer just on the path just there, look. They're going to be skippeting along in front of us, and I'll probably take off at some point. I want to sort of hold back. I don't want to scare them too much. The dog's certainly interested in them, but let's let them go off and do their thing. But yeah, what a beautiful sight. So just keep following this track. There are lots of them, but had we have come to a junction, I would have sort of warned you if I'd have deviated from the obvious straight-on path. There are quite a network of paths and things around, and tracks around the Chatsworth Estate. So yeah, we've looped back slightly quicker than I was expecting. So if you see through there in the trees, that's the Chatsworth Hunting Tower. We'll go take a wander and have a look just down there, shall we? Now again, I believe you can stay in the hunting tower if you so choose. But some fantastic views out over the Chatsworth Estate once you get to the edge of the hunting tower, which we're going to come to in just a second. But yeah, beautiful structure with the 4 domes at the top. So these are the cannons. There are 3 of them that sort of guard the front of the hunting tower. By the look of them, I'm guessing they've probably not been used in a few years. But and then the hunting tower sort of rises up there behind them. And the view from the hunting tower, if we just take a sweep back round, goes all the way out over the Chatsworth Estate. Absolutely stunning. And over in sort of, you can just about see the church there straight ahead. That's in Enza. And then if you were to head up over that hill over there, you would be roughly in the direction of Bakewell. And then down, if you were to be able to see sort of in that direction to the right as we're looking from the hunting tower, you'd be down into Baslow. You can, if you want to, take the path down here, which will take you straight back down to the house, but we're going to head back past the hunting tower, leaving it to our left-hand side, and we're going to take one of the paths, and we're just going to head out sort of onto the moor. Complete change of scenery. You sort of get to the end of the forest and the forestry roads, and get to the just walk out onto the moor, and then we'll drop down onto the Golden Gate entrance of Chatsworth, and then back along the road to the house and back to the car. So we're going to take the left fork here, underneath these sort of pine type trees, back through the wood. And then when you get to the junction just here, we are going to the hunting tower's behind me. We're going to take the left-hand fork here, following the white arrow on the Stand Woods signpost just here. So we're going to take the right-hand fork. No, we're not. We're going to take the left-hand fork, and we're going to take this path just down here. This track eventually just basically runs out and turns into a path. We've got a couple of stiles over walls to traverse, and then as you'll see later in the walk, things will open up, and yeah, very different scenery. Come along with me for the wander. Beautiful, beautiful walk, beautiful day. Now, should you want to cut this walk slightly shorter, there is a path here to the left-hand side which you can follow down, following the white arrow, where the dog is nicely demonstrating there. We're not going to take that path. We're going to stick straight on along the main track here, which takes us out the far side of the other end of the Chatsworth Estate, and then we loop back down, as I said already, to the Golden Gate, or close to the Golden Gate, and then back along past the river and along back to the main house and car park, where it'll probably be time for a little brew and get back in the car, get back home, get changed, ready for work this afternoon. So as we've continued along the track, get to this further sort of junction here. If you bear off to the right, it takes you up to a farm. We're not going in that direction. We're just going to head straight on here, out along this path straight ahead. Follow the dog. I'll always follow the dog, he knows. We've done this loop a few times. That's why it made a good first choice for a first Derbyshire Ramblings video. So as we followed that track along, you get to this gate just here, which makes it quite clear that there is no access there. So there's a footpath to the left, which we're going to follow, and then pretty quickly over the footpath, there's going to be a stile over the top of the wall on the right hand side, which we will take, and yeah, just need to pop the camera down so that I can get the dog up and over the wall, as he is not quite big enough to be able to make that himself, but he knows where it is. Look, so this is your stile, so we're going to go up and over this stile, and out the other side. See you over there. So this is a view from the top of the stile. We're just going to follow this path just here, which takes us up along the edge of that wall there, and then the path comes to another wall and stile, but we're going to forget that one. We're going to bear to the left. So just basically just follow the path along the edge of this wall, and then I'll give you the next direction shortly. So as you can see, we're just following the path down the edge of the wall here. Totally different landscape now. We've really opened up onto slightly sort of more open, are we moorland here or just more open land really? But yeah, nice day. So here we are, just starting to drop down. You can see just across there's a stile with some stone steps cut into the wall. We're not going to cross over there. If you do cross over there, you can walk along the ridge and you can drop down to the Robin Hood pub, which is a lovely pub, lovely food, lovely beers. But that's not what we're going to do today. Again, that's probably a walk for another day. Today we're going to get down to the stile, and then we're going to follow the wall down to the left and drop down onto the bottom. Oh, what the temperature is now, but it's certainly warming up. It's turning into an absolutely stunning, beautiful day. So that's lovely. We're going to stop for a minute for a little drink of water, wet the whistle. But yeah, some absolutely stunning scenery. Really, really beautiful day today here. So as we approach the steps over the wall here, the stile, we're going to take a sharp left and follow this track down to where the new, relatively new Chatsworth Shepherd's huts are. Winston, come on, this way. Come on, dude. Good boy. I say he knows the way. Sometimes he knows the way. Sometimes he wants to go a different way. So follow this through this little gully here. Winston. So as we've turned left at that wall, we followed the track down. That you get to this junction here. There is the left fork and the right fork. We're going to actually take the right fork today, and then just follow this path down. You don't know if you'll be able to see in the distance there. Just on the edge of between the grass and the wood is one of the Chatsworth Shepherd's huts, which again I believe you can rent out. This path just follows down. You can see over in the distance there. That's Baslow. We're not quite going to get that far, but again, if you were in need of refreshments, there is a turnstile gate and a little path that takes you into Baslow, which if you fancy a bit of lunch in one of the many pubs there, then very highly recommended. But otherwise you can loop back, head back to Chatsworth and have some refreshments at the Chatsworth cafes. Go this way actually. Now, so follow this track down here. Lovely undulating English countryside. Can't beat it really. So we're just going to continue to follow this undulating path down here. Again, Shepherd's huts are just over to the right hand side over there. The pale green tree that just sits in front of the Shepherd's huts, there's a swing on there, so if you've got kids or even if you just fancy a little romantic swing, there's a lovely tree to swing on there. We're just going to follow this path straight down here. And then at some point we're going to take a left to get us back into the back down onto the main road. Well, not the main road, onto the Chatsworth track, back onto the back down into the house. Dog's had to go back on his lead because, as you can see, there are a few sheep in the fields here, so we don't want him to scare them, or indeed him to approach them and them hurt him. So yeah. So as we're coming down this path here, you can see there's sort of a track which bears off to the left hand side. We're going to follow that one down all the way down to the stile and the wooden fence just down there. Very therapeutic to be out in the gorgeous sunshine, fresh air, getting some exercise, get the blood pumping. You can tell spring is springing. There's some quite a few lambs in this field, so another reason to keep the dog on his lead. We don't want any irate farmers or accidents here. I don't think he'd know what to do if he ever did get close to one, but not prepared to take that risk. So we're going to follow this path down, right down to the gate, and then we're going to cross over the gate, straight over the field on the other side of the gate, and then we're going to sort of pick up the river. But I shall pick you up slightly further down the trail. So we're just approaching the gate in the stile now. Again, I probably need to help the dog over or through. Looks like they've got a dog lift just here. So we're going to head through here, and then we're going to head out straight over that field towards that sort of pale green arrow-shaped tree just at the far end, just there. I'll pick you up on the other side. So we've crossed over the stile. Just heading across this field here now, just in this area just here. In previous years, and there's no reason to suspect this year will be any different, this is where they have the camping and caravanning aspect when they have Chatsworth Horse Trials and the Chatsworth Show, which are both fantastic events to attend. We're going to head to the main road here. On the right hand side will then be the Golden Gate entrance to Chatsworth, which isn't generally in use. They do open it up when it's the horse trials and the show, usually, to allow additional vehicle access, but probably not today, apart from to obviously Chatsworth Estate traffic, which on cue there just happens to be a tractor trailer and a couple of Chatsworth Estate vehicles just there. When we get to this road, I'm going to show you the Golden Gate, which is on the right hand side, but then we're going to head to the left and then almost immediately take a right fork, which takes you down a path and onto the down by the river, which then the track basically follows you the whole way down back to the house. So as we came down that path, as I said, to the right hand side, that's the Golden Gate entrance to Chatsworth. We're actually going to you could, if you wanted to, walk all the way back to the house along the road here, which would be absolutely fine. We're actually just going to veer off slightly to the right, a little ways down the road here, and head to the path that heads down to the river. So it's not particularly an obvious path, but just here we're going to head down by the side of this sort of metal fence to the right hand side off the Chatsworth sort of estate road. A little bit squelchy underfoot here, as we have had lots of rain so far this year, but nothing drastic and not enough to come over the top of the shoes. When we get to here, there's the path here, there's the sort of like a turnstile gate that you can walk through, and then it's about maybe half a mile and you're into Baslow, as we've discussed already. But we're going to get to the gate, and then we're going to take a right, and we're going to take the path back along past the cricket ground, past the river, and down back into the back to the house, car park and gardens. So here we are. Here's the turnstile gate, or to give it its proper name, the Cannon Kissing Gate. So if you were to head through there and follow the path, that would take you into Baslow. We are going to head in the opposite direction towards through Chatsworth Park and head back towards the house. So we're going to head down here. I'll pick you up later. See you soon. So this really is quite a stunning path and an entranceway into Chatsworth. All along here is where they have the car parking, and then a little bit further down past the little pavilion that you might just be able to see in the distance there. This is where they have the stalls and the events and the showcase aspects of the Chatsworth Show, and also the Chatsworth Horse Trials. But still relatively quiet, slightly busier on these sort of more mainstream paths, if you like, but certainly not hordes of people. Gets much busier during the weekends and bank holidays and high days and things, but today a few people kicking around, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the fresh air, but certainly not too many that were falling over each other. We're just going to carry on down this path, as I say, and yeah, I'll pick you up later. So we're a little bit further down the trail here, just to the right hand side here is the cricket pavilion, and the cricket pitch, and then we're going to follow on down here. You'll probably just be able to see just up there looming in the distance, just slightly to the left there, is Chatsworth House with the water tower going off by the side of it. We'll get some footage as we get closer, because it really is a stunning building and well worth coming to take a look at. So we're sort of in the last sort of quarter of a mile of the walk, I would guess now. It's continuing to get warmer and warmer, and I'm continuing to perspire and perspire, so I need to think about gear next walk so that I'm not overheating. Caught me by surprise, the temperature today, it's absolutely stunning. Also no sunglasses on me, so that was a bit of an omission as well. But yeah, beautiful to get some fresh air, vitamin D, and a beautiful walk with the dog. So yeah, just carry on down here. This is, as I say, the cricket pitch to the left hand side. Never actually seen any cricket played on it, but very well maintained, very well manicured. And we're just going to follow on the path in this direction here. And then eventually we'll bear left and up to the house, car park, and time for a brew and a drink of water. See you down the road. So just stopped here to have a little look at the river. The river's on your right hand side as you are walking down the path approaching the house. It's a beautiful river. Then we're just going to follow on along the path here and then head back up to the house. The weather's continuing to improve. It's a really beautiful day actually now. You can also see there's quite a lot of activity on the estate today. They're putting in lots of the jumps and things, because in a few weeks' time, I can't remember the exact date, it's going to be the Chatsworth Horse Trials, which is one of the premier horse events, I believe, in the country. We usually come to that every year, have a good look around the stalls and watch some of the horses. Pretty impressive. It's just a really nice day out, particularly if you get some good weather. So no doubt we'll be bringing you a video of our day at the horse trials later in the year. So this area here, when it does come to the horse trials, this sort of area here all becomes flooded, and it's a water jump. So they come down over these two jumps just here into the water, I believe, over the jump in the middle of the water, out the other side, and then over the jump at the other side. Yeah, so after the water, the jump, or the dry water jump as it is today, we just veered slightly left, just due to the fencing that's going up as part of the Chatsworth Horse Trials. So we're going to come through the gate just here. We're going to cross over the road and pick up the path on the other side, and then we'll get some footage of the house, which is absolutely stunning. So at this point here, we're going to bear to the left, as I say, and back up the track just here, back to the car park. So here we have it then, Chatsworth House. Beautiful stately home. It's very well maintained. It's an incredibly popular attraction in this part of Derbyshire, and rightly so. So with the house to the right hand side there, we're just going to continue up this track here. You can see at the top there, there's the clock tower with an arch underneath it. If you go through the arch into the courtyard, that's where you'll find the main shop, the cafe, and also the restaurant. Well worth checking out. So just on the final approach here through the archway into the courtyard, sort of pretty much concludes the walk really. Let's see what's through here. Come on. And then back out the other side to the car. So that basically concludes the first Derbyshire Ramblings walk and ramblings session. We're back in the car now. It was around about 6 miles, I believe, but I'll download the full GPS data when we get back home. Yeah, and then we'll get this video tweaked and uploaded. As I said before, I hope you've enjoyed the walk, hope you enjoyed the ride, and yeah, please like and subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming soon. Take care, stay safe.